Hey guys, it's Genesis and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be decorating the front and back cover of my sketchbook. I have the Hoo Market Pads art sketchbook as you see on the screen right here. This mistake pissed me off so bad, but I just used the paint that spilled as like a paint palette basically, you know, not to waste paint and all. I don't use paint that often, but the paint I'm using is Apple Barrel matte white paint. I got it from Walmart by the way, but I don't remember the price. I sketched out everything you see on the front cover with my sister's light blue gel pen. It was so hard recording, painting the edge of the binding part of the sketchbook because I was sitting at a weird angle and the camera was just put in a weird place, so you could clearly see how it was sometimes out of frame, but just please deal with it. Please, I'm sorry. I had no plans going into this at all, but I never have a plan anyway, so what's the worst that could happen? I just knew I wanted to paint my sketchbook because it looked so plain. It was just a plain black hardcover book with a strap on it. It was so boring. I'm just going to speed up painting the side of the book because it was such a tedious procedure. Like it was
child. Anyway, so
now that I know how to speak again. Ignore how dirty my palette is. Like I clean it when I use it, but like, oh yeah, I think my sister used a permanent marker on it and it stained, but ignore it please. As you can see, I'm only like, I think halfway through my sketchbook. It's a pretty new sketchbook, or I just haven't drawn in a while. I don't draw that consistently, that's why I haven't been posting as often. Please ignore that. Mistake number 2. While I was painting the border, I accidentally touched the binder of the book. So I have like a bowl of water over there. So I just put my hand in it and cleaned it on some paper towels afterwards.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So after I finished painting the border of the sketchbook, I was mixing in some light blue paint to white paint to just add the dots. I think it's supposed to be dots or bubbles. I just did it because I thought it would look cool. Then I added this wavy pattern to the bottom left right corner right now. Bottom left right corner right now. I thought it would give it like this cool beachy seashell-y look, and I think it turned out okay in the end, I guess. Then I added this like flowery sunshine looking thing. I think I was trying to go for like a flower or a sun because it has this like dots for petals at the end. You can clearly see how unplanned this was because I'm just going with what I think is necessary because at some point it kind of looks weird, but I fix it eventually. Now this was the fun part. I actually really enjoyed doing the dots or bubbles or whatever you call it because they're just so effortless and just something you can do mindlessly. Now you see me adding this like flower plants. I was trying to just make it look ethereal and I think it turns out okay. I hope this video has been entertaining so far. It's my first video and I don't know if this voiceover is gonna sound okay because I feel like I sound boring right now. I'm just adding more of the plants I was adding before, and I'm happy I chose the color scheme of white, blue, and later in the video purple because it just looks so like not basic, you know? I just fixed the camera angle and I hope it looks better. I didn't realize how like out of frame it looked. In the comments, could you guys give me some video suggestions or video ideas in general, or just something, or just tell me what to talk about in my next video, because I realized that I don't really have much to talk about and I probably sound so boring and uninteresting. So can you guys help me out? Thank you. Would you guys prefer if I shut up and let you watch the video, or I should keep talking and just rambling random stuff? I think I'll just let you enjoy the music and the clips on the screen because I was going to make it aesthetic like ASMR kind of thing, but I have a really noisy house, so there was too much background noise. That's why I chose to do a voiceover. Now I'm adding the outline to the letters and numbers on the screen because I just thought it would make it look more dimensional and 2D. I know I told you guys I was going to shut up, but there's more to talk about now, so I guess you have to deal with me. Why does everything I say sound like a question? Maybe it's because I'm not actually using my accent, but I feel like my accent's too harsh. I think I'm gonna just make enunciate my words more. I actually like how the cover is turning out so far. I think this is actually a pretty good first video idea. I added the cross. It was supposed to be a star cross kind of thing, but it kind of looks like out of place. I was trying to make it make sense, but it just looks weird. That's what I was talking about before when I said I kind of messed up. But I think when I'm done with the cover, it kind of makes sense, I guess. I tried using the top of the paintbrush to make smaller dots, but the paintbrush is the exact same size on the bottom and on the top. So I had to just deal with the big floppy boppy stars, and that's why you see it looks so ugly right here. If you look at the top right corner of the screen, you see this like bowl. I made that, guys. And anyways, that's the bowl I was using when I got paint on my hand to wash the paint off. You can really see how I didn't plan because now I just added clouds. So I have under the sea plants, stars, clouds, a flower. There's just so many random things that came to my mind, but I feel like my art looks better when it's unplanned. You can see the creative juices flowing, you know. Bro, why is the camera shaking so much here? Because the camera is like really close to my face, so I was moving closer to like paint the tiny dots, so the camera kept shaking because I was moving it as I was getting closer. Sorry guys. Is it just me whose voice naturally gets deeper when I speak with my accent more? Because when I speak with my full African accent, my voice is like deeper. You hear the sound, right? You hear the difference. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, comment this emoji on the screen. Now I turned the page to see if I got any paint on in the inside of the book, but I didn't. Then I was gonna turn the book around to paint the back, but I realized that the front needed more shading, so I got out my dark blue paint to shade it more. This is my second book I'll consider an actual sketchbook because all my sketchbook 1 to 3 is just like random books I got when I was younger just to draw in, but I consider sketchbook 5 and the sketchbook before this actual sketchbooks, you know. I haven't colored the front page of my sketchbook because I was waiting to color it when I finished the actual sketchbook. So if you want me to make that a video, just comment this timestamp and say yes in the comments and I'll do it. This is actually not the first time I painted the cover of my sketchbook. I painted the cover of my last sketchbook too. I probably should have put paper in between the book, so I won't have to keep checking back and forth if I got paint on the inside of the book. But that's what happens when you don't plan, I guess. Now I put a paint palette away and I open the book so I can lay it flat so I can paint the back side. I put paper there so I don't get paint on the table more than I already did. This is the bowl I made out of Crayola air dry clay. This one on the screen right here. It was actually pretty fun to make. Plus I'm happy with how it came out. Now I add this wavy pattern to the bottom right corner. I was going for an abstract look for the back since the back isn't really that as important as the front. So I was just having as much fun as I could. I was trying to make it a gradient kind of thing, like it went from white to light blue to medium blue. To now dark blue. I probably should have used a bigger paintbrush, but I just used what I could find. Now I'm fixing up the border of the sketchbook. Not the border, but like the binding part. Because I realized that I didn't really do the back. I was focusing more on the front than the back. I was trying to do a gradient for the border of the book, and I think it actually looks pretty good. I tried to avoid painting the strap of the book that closes it together because I wanted to keep it black, but I didn't really have like tape or anything to cover it up. That's why you see those white marks on it, but in the end it's not as noticeable. I was trying to add like stars and then a shooting star right here, but I feel like it would be too much work to do this for the whole black part of the back. So I just started like adding dabs of paint until it made something you'd see later. It's kind of hard doing this voiceover because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be speaking in present tense or past tense. So I feel like I keep spoiling it for you guys before you actually see it. This is the dabs of paint I was talking about before. I think it actually looks pretty cool over here. It looks like a meteor that fell, but I feel like I kind of messed up and it made it look weird. Then this star I'm working on right now, it looked so weird, and I think the reason it looked weird is because it was so detailed compared to everything else, so it just looked out of place. So I tried adding dots to the waves to make it look like, I don't know, a sequence or something, but I don't know, I just don't really like it that much. I'm gonna speed up adding the dots because it was a really long process. I don't think you guys want to watch all that. Everything I've said so far isn't scripted. That's why you hear me stuttering so much and tripping on my words and all that stuff, because I didn't write down what to say. I'm just saying it as I go. Writing the words right here, I was actually worried I messed up because it took so long to write it because it was such a small space and the paint kept running out on the paintbrush. I had to keep going back and forth. But I think it was okay. It didn't look that bad. It actually looks pretty cute. This is where I added purple to the color palette because I thought it looked a bit boring, just blue and white. So my sister told me to add purple. as like a pop of new color, and I think that was actually a good idea. Now I painted the heart with a gradient from white, purple, and blue, and it actually looks really cute. Now I added a white outline in the heart, but it's supposed to be like a shiny highlight basically. I added this white outline around it, then I added dots around the heart, just final details because I thought the heart could look a bit better. I'm now adding a white highlight to the waves to look a bit like water, and that was actually a really good idea because it looks more like 3D kinda. It just looks better in general. Now I'm adding highlights everywhere after I realized that highlights always make it better. Highlights always save the day, guys. And I added more purple to the front cover to make it make more sense with the back cover, just to tie it all together with a big bow basically. I'm adding purple details here and there, white highlights, just finishing details because I'm almost done. Now I turned the book to this position so I could paint the sides, because after I finished the back and the front I realized the sides are really basic, just plain white. So I tried just adding dots, but that looked plain, so I added hearts, as you'll see pretty soon. The hearts I was adding to the side was giving me Rapunzel vibes. Maybe because of, I don't know why, her vibe is all suns. Just the colors and where I was putting it will just make me think of Rapunzel. And by the way guys, sorry for not posting for like 2 weeks. I know this is not new, but I'm actually pretty sorry. That's why I'm actually making this video, a whole video to make up for not 2 weeks of not posting. I just haven't been feeling like drawing digitally anymore. I've been drawing more traditional. I haven't been posting, and that's why I'm making this video. I now added this vine kind of thing. I was just trying to do something different, and I actually like how it turns out. By the way, this footage of this whole video, the original time before I sped everything up, was like 1 hour and like 10 minutes. So I know a 20-minute video is pretty long, but please bear with me. I added Mod Podge off camera because I was tired of filming. I got this Mod Podge from Walmart, and I'm pretty sure it's a sealant, so basically make sure the paint doesn't scratch away and stuff. Anyway, the Mod Podge also makes the book shiny, as you can see. I'm actually really happy with how this whole video came out. I like that the book looks really cute. I really like it. I like how the corners look, the side. I just really liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. and I hope you can give me some tips in the comments on how to improve my content. Love you guys.